And to be on a 5th floor walk-up in the East Village should not be $4,000 for a 1-bedroom right now.
4,000? Man, 1 bedroom, 4,000. But that's insane. That's
would
insane.
Pay more for a rental than I have for my mortgage for years. Like, how are you people affording this lifestyle?
It appears that there's an additional charge. Okay, what's the additional charge? This bitch is talking about $900.
My rent just went from $1,360 to $3,900 a month.
What? In the 1360 to 4K. 4K. And at that point, you got no choice. I'm moving. That jump is crazy. Imagine you have all these other bills, all these other things going on, and then they just raise it like that. Man, you know you gotta go to a different place after that. That's way too. That jump is crazy.
They charge $35 if I make my payment online. They charge $44 if I make my payment with a person.
I'm pretty sure if I had that amount in my savings, I wouldn't be here.
Rent. See what's really going on.
It's crazy. Let's get into it.
Recently applied for an apartment complex. The qualifications were so absurd. So at one point, they're trying to qualify me with my savings. And they're like, yeah, it's not 3 times the rent for the entire term. Do you know what that means? Take your rent, times it by 3, and then times it by how many years you're signing for. 2 years? Yeah, times that by 2. That's what they want in your savings.
I looked at them like, I'm pretty sure if I had that amount in my savings,
I wouldn't be here. Like, I probably would be buying a house. Maybe even buying an apartment complex with how much money you want in my account.
This video will give you an idea how bad rental market is. Watch till the end and subscribe.
Man. So first off,
Facts.
I know
like the video
that
if you like
it
these
is way worse than this, what I'm about to show you, in other parts of the United States, but I have to share this. This was posted in my local community page this morning. Available for rent. 2,500 square foot house, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2 master bedrooms. Kitchen has granite countertops, stainless steel. They've done paint, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff that they think is like gonna incentivize you. But why would it incentivize me if I don't actually own it? You can only have small pets. Renters responsible for all utilities, no smoking inside the house. There is an apartment in the basement of the house that will be rented separately, so you don't even get the full house. $2,200 per month with a deposit of $2,200 and a pet deposit of $300. Minimum 720 credit score, 3 times the income to rent. As much as I hate math, let's do some. $2,200 a month times 12 is $26,400. When you add in that deposit and the pet fee, $28,900. So you might as well say 30 grand for the year to rent this place. When you do $2,200 a month times 12 and then times it by 3, you get $79,200. And then if you add in that deposit and the pet fee, again, $81,700. So let's go ahead and say that to rent this place, you have to make minimum $82,000 a year. Now, I don't know what you guys consider a small town, but this was the population of my county 2 years ago. 37,188. And the reason I say that is because it's very rare that I go on Indeed in my area and find a job offering more than $13 to $14 an hour. Sheesh. If you make $80,000, $90,000 a year, you're probably going to buy. You're going to buy before you absolutely cannot buy at this point. So the reason I tie in the population and the general wage in this area is because the people that are making $13 to $14 an hour, yeah, they can't afford that, but they're the people that are renting. And just to further this perspective, I quit my last company after 3 years. I had gone from part-time to full-time and switched departments, worked my way up, okay? And as someone in accounting, I was only making about $27,000 a year. That is a wage that I was making working as a supervisor at Walmart about 6 to 7 years ago. Stagnant. Wages around here are stagnant. Again, I know it's worse. I know it's worse. Some of you are going to look at that and go, that's a pretty good deal. But knowing my area, that blew my mind to read. That landlord is going to make easily $30,000 just on that, and they didn't disclose the amount of the basement apartment underneath either. So they're probably getting another $20,000, let's say, on that. I'm just throwing out numbers now. Eat the fucking rich. And if you're a landlord that's doing this kind of shit, eat you too.
This girl live in Hood.
Man, I mean, that one's kind of tough, right? Because I don't know how much they were renting that other spot out for, but man, the amount that you're making off those two, and it's sad to see, like, the wages do not equate to the cost of living. I'm not sure exactly where she was staying at, but come on now.
And she'll explain how rental market is affecting even Hood.
Besides the fact that I'm extremely struggling to pay my rent every month, you know how I realized that it's really, really bad out here? I live in the hood, okay? I live in the hood. The hood. Garbage everywhere. People's dogs not tied up.
Oh. Man, but overall, I mean, this is crazy, man.
And to be on a 5th floor walk up in the East Village should not be.
Garbage everywhere. People's dogs not tied up. Pit bulls running around. I live in the hood, okay? I live in the hood.
Eat you too.
This girl live in Hood, and she'll explain how rental market is affecting even Hood.
Besides the fact that I'm extremely struggling to pay my rent every month, you know how I realized that it's really, really bad out here? I live in the hood, okay? I live in the hood. The hood. Garbage everywhere. People's dogs not tied up. Pit bulls running around. Litter, dog poop. People riding bikes. Women of the night down the block. Like, I've been living here for a year and a half. And when I first moved in, it was 100% black. Like, 100% black people. And now, I was just walking my dog and this white guy was like, to me, dead ass. Now, all of a sudden, I've seen at least 4 of the apartments taken by white people. And this is like the cheapest spot in town. Also, some Hispanics have moved in as well. Like, when I first moved in here, there was a white girl that lived here. But I feel like when I realized everything changed, when I seen white men moving in here, I was like, oh shit, it's bad out there. It's bad. And I'm actually scared, guys, for my lease being up in January. I'm very scared. I'm very scared for what's gonna happen. That being said, please help me get to 10K.
Oh, I'm not sure. Subscribe, man, like these videos. I'm not sure where she was at, but man, that's crazy.
Watch
I guess
this girl express
inflation
her
or things are
frustration
going
when the
on.
landlord increased the rental price and didn't give her a notice. And yeah, increased price will blow your mind.
Hey y'all, of course my apartment is raising my rent again, so quick story time about how they had me fucked up today. So a little bit of backstory, they're supposed to send a rent renewal notice at least 30 days in advance. Unfortunately, I got mine about 3 days in advance and didn't have a choice but to stay here once again. Also, you probably wondering, why would they increase your rent? Like, did they add something new? No, they haven't added shit. The gym is still the same, the pools are the same, the view is the same, the vibes are the same. And if you haven't heard my first story about them,
man, this Wi-Fi is not hitting today. Not hitting.
motherfucking rats, the rats are still by the garbage cans.
Right.
So I went ahead and did the rent renewal because I didn't have any fucking choice. So now the rent renewal is done. I'm sitting here waiting for the portal to update to show me my new rent price. Haven't seen that shit. Paid rent for the first. They sent us the amount. The amount is with my last rent price. Okay, y'all sent it, so I'm gonna pay it. Rent is due. Y'all haven't sent anything new. It's not my job to follow up on that. It's fucking yours. So today I get a fucking voicemail. Why are these bitches calling me while I'm at work? I already gotta go to work to pay this fucking rent thanks to you, and you're calling me during my work hours. You're interrupting my money, okay? So the lady called me and she like, oh, Quintea, I'm looking at our delinquency reports. The fuck is you talking about? I'm looking at our delinquency reports, and it's looking like your rent for last month didn't cover the full total. I'm confused, never received another email with a new rent total, but all right, go off. It appears that there's an additional charge. Okay, what's the additional charge? I don't mind paying it because I know that my rent has increased, so obviously I'm expecting some sort of balance, whether it's this month or next month. What's the charge? This bitch is talking about $900.
That's double. That's double.
I think you need to go back to fucking school, because I don't know if they taught you how to use a calculator, but you need to figure it the fuck out. $900? Where the fuck are we getting $900 from when rent from this month was already paid and the difference in rent is only $200 and something? Where's $900 coming from? I'm emailing her as I'm telling my man to call her because I'm in the lab. I don't have time for this shit right now. I'm emailing her, what are you talking about? What charge? And why does it say $900? Why? Do you not know how to do fucking math? So I had to bust out my fucking fractions and calculate that shit myself, and I'm still confused as to where the fuck you got this charge from. These scamming ass bitches are trying to charge me for this month's entire rent, which is over $3,000, mind you, in addition to having me pay to have stayed here for technically 1 week within my new lease. So I'm paying for my new lease plus my old lease. No, I'm still fucking tight because at this point I can't fucking call her. I'm at work. I'm sending angry emails telling this man to call when he got a break, and still he comes back and he like, oh yeah, they said it was gonna be 700 instead of 900. No, she needs to go sit down, count the number of days in a fucking month. In the month of March, 31. How many days was in my last lease? Oh, 24 divided by 31 times the previous rent price plus 8 out of 31 for the new rent price. That is the fucking price. Deduct the rent that I already paid and then come at me with the new charge, bitch. I cannot stand these motherfuckers, y'all. Thank you for letting me have this TED Talk.
Last month,
Sheesh.
I was complaining about...
Man, whenever someone's trying to get over you in terms of rent prices, man, I could understand it because you work hard for that money, you go to work, you spend a lot of time, and then someone's trying to take advantage of a situation. I'm not saying who's right or wrong, but sheesh, man. Sheesh.
About my apartment in Dallas raising the rent on us when we have been there for so many years and they have not replaced any of the appliances. The apartment's just kind of torn up for being considered luxury. A lot of people told me they are just trying to get us out of the apartment so they can rent it at a more expensive rate. Well, so we found a different place and we put in our notice that we were moving out, and they posted our unit for less than what they offered to renew us at. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if somebody who works in apartments would like to explain this, like, we were fully willing to re-sign another 12-month lease, and I just really don't understand why they would, one, gamble on having the apartment vacant for a period of time versus just offering us this more competitive rate that they're now offering to somebody else, and who knows when they're going to fill that unit, because they have a pretty decent vacancy percentage in the complex right now as it is. At the end of the day, we're happy because we found a fantastic complex for a great price that is much bigger of a unit and a very competitive price. But this is just so infuriating that, like, we went back and forth with them so long on this, tried to negotiate. They didn't really give us a good offer, and then they go and post a unit for less than what they offered us. It's just like, I don't understand. And we have plenty of other problems with this complex as well. I am very thrilled that we are not going to live there anymore. I'm not going to say what it was until we move out, but I will warn you to not move here after we move out.
New York, why are you doing this to us? And this is coming from a real estate agent. I thought the rental market was getting better. I thought prices were going to drop a little bit. But nope, we're in the low, slow season, and I've never been busier. Prices are as high as they were 2 summers ago. And my clients are literally picking between worse and worser. There's barely any inventory. The inventory that's coming on for May and June is astronomically priced. And I'm getting things done, I'm negotiating, I'm getting what I need to do for my clients. But these rent prices are just not okay in any capacity. So agents and managers, let's get more realistic with our pricing, because $5,200 for a studio alcove in Flatiron is not okay. And to be on a 5th floor walk-up in the East Village should not be $4,000 for a 1-bedroom right now. It's just actually ridiculous, and it really pisses me off that I have to constantly explain to my clients to up their budget when they really shouldn't have to, because it should be enough. New York, do better, and let's just prepare well for this summer rental market season.
Man, just hearing that 5,200. Sheesh. That is a lot of money, man, to be renting. Because that's like, you're just putting that money for rent. You're not getting anything back on it. It's not like you own the property or anything like that. And we all know New York has the highest cost of living. But sheesh, man.
The world is slowly running out of empathy, because I just saw a post about people who are living in Toronto, Vancouver, Sydney, and they are struggling because rent is so freaking high. Like, it's so expensive to live there. And the comments, jeez. There was a comment that was like, if this is your only issue with your life, you are so privileged. And I was like, did you not read the post? They are literally struggling to make rent. They may not have a roof over their head. There was also another comment that was like, just leave then. Nobody wants you. Like, why are they so angry? I mean, well, to be fair, I do kind of get it, because the world is a horrible place. You know, capitalism fucking sucks. Human rights, unfortunately, are not a thing everywhere. So it's not like I don't get it, but hating on the people struggling to make rent in expensive cities is kind of weird.
Well, that was a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Why you don't even have to hate on the next man. Just worry about your own situation, man. If you do like these types of videos, man, like this video. Hit the video on the screen, man. You won't want to miss it.